for our backtesting session. I'm not doing any daily bias. Oh, I'm not watching out for SMTs either on the ES, so chances of losing trades due to the lack of information is quite high. But I'm not really too focused on taking like proper trades. I'm just focused on showing the model off. In a future video, I can go through most like specifics, like with the daily bias and watch it for SMTs, but right now that's not my primary concern. I just want to show off the model. Um, a model potentially if this low gets swept. Okay, that's cool. 10 o'clock be a new potential 1 hour bullish value gap. The model here. I look like it. Hmm. Technically, what? Don't no trade day. Oh, it's priced back all-time highs. Yeah, that's fun. You can see if it makes something happen at all-time highs. Biggest fan of trade all-time highs. If retracement maybe. Now, baby, yeah, right. Time check. There we go. Oh, okay, cool. So just gotta know that. And now it's 11, so another no trade day for me. Of course, our all-time highs. I'm not a fan of trading at all-time highs. Here consolidation, so that's fine. Price is inside this 1 hour bearish for value gap though. Wow, this PA is something else. I got invoiced, yeah. Yep, okay, another no trade day. No trades until price comes back here. Okay. Actually a potential trade right here, but it's not part of my motto. Yeah, that's actually a really nice trade. Um, but there is no model yet. Now there is. 5 minute fair value gap. We have data highs. Retracement. Okay, so this is a valid trade. I would like a lot more if it did take so many candles to inverse it. So that might have been like a 30-second entry to create over here, but I don't have the seconds time frame unlocked. Um, but still technically my model is just not really my favorite. Break even at this internal high. Break even would have been hit. You can hold the data highs at 1-1. I usually hold for only like 1-1s. Um, but because these are data highs, we can see what happens. But stop loss would be at break even right here. Okay, so 1-1 would have been hit, and data highs been hit as well. Okay, potential longs from the stop for this 4 hour. Price is inside of this 1 hour bullish for value gap, but as right now, it doesn't look like it wants to hold. Yeah, so we inversed it. So now the only trade we could take is longs after this gets swept. So more than likely no trade day. Yeah, Terra PA, 11 o'clock, we are done for the day. Fuck. Okay. Don't like this PA. So there's really no long opportunities I'm making off rip. Scenario, you probably just want to wait for a new 1 hour bearish for to open up. Okay, now it's 10 o'clock, so now there's a new 1 hour bearish, maybe even 4 hour. No. Okay, so 1 hour bearish for value gap. We could look for potential shorts. Got the retracement. Contract approaches were tapped. Do we retrace? We'll get a model. Okay, so this wheel gets a little weird. Um, there is indeed this 5 minute bearish for value gap. However, I'm not a big fan of the liquidity rested above. If there's a SMT, maybe we'll look for entry. But if there's no SMT, then it's not my preferred trade. There is a SMT, but no. We can see if anything's offered, but don't offer up like the setup. Do have this 5 minute. Once again, though, not particularly my favorite. Yeah, we have a 15 minute bearish trade I got right here as well. And what's this 3 minute? We do, but the two things wrong with this trade. Number one, 5 minute bearish trade I got disrespected, and entry for this trade is invalid because our break even point was just taken. And that was probably that was ST. Okay, well, is not valid. Yeah, see, that's why it wasn't valid. Price is about to enter into this 15 minute fair value gap. Do any entries? Oh wait, there was an entry. This 5 minute got inversed. Look for potential 1-1 right here. Break even right here. 5-minute inversion. Break even a bit hit and take profit with just about been hit as well. Go ahead and move stop OTP right there. There we go. Another example. Notice how we didn't. Oh, by the way, notice how we didn't wait for this 5-minute bearish figure gap to get traded back into. That's because price traded into this 15-minute. So it doesn't necessarily matter that it was a 15-minute. Even if this was like a 5-minute, we still would have looked at it. We're looking for any reaction out of any of these fair value gaps. So do keep that in mind. Okay, here's another example. Even though yes, we was inside of a bearish fair value gap at the time, and inside of a bullish fair value gap, right? We only got a bearish model, right? Meaning, yeah, price came into this 1 hour bullish fair value gap, and yes, we did get the 5-minute bullish fair value gap coming out that we needed, but there was no entry model, right? You see, price just ran straight through it. There was no entry model. Um, so when you're in these scenarios where you're in between two bigger time frame fair value gaps, usually only one model will be given for either longs or shorts. Say price just have to side a 4-hour bearish fair value gap. That type counter encroachment though. And probably more bullish and bearish on this day. The price came up, stop right this. I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna want to dump, but not what we're trading right now. Yeah. Yep. Pretty much what I thought was gonna happen. Price now have to enter this 1 hour bullish fair value gap. Yeah. Game. That is a mobile game. That's a phone game. Oh, it's a phone game? Yeah. Right. So price came into this 1 hour fair value gap. Now we look for a potential model. So we do have a model, but we also just trade it into a 4-hour bearish fair value gap. Oh, we have it yet. Okay. Let's see if there's a model. Okay, so we actually just made a 5-minute bearish fair value gap here. Um, Keep in mind, still coming off of this 4-hour bearish fair value gap, and all we just did was just rebalance the OTE, right? So equal CE did get hit, and OTE did get hit as well. Um, so let's see if we get a short opportunity now. No, there wasn't. That's fine. The next day, because it's 11 o'clock. Offer up, not big fan of the price action I'm seeing here. Potential draw on liquidity. That 1 hour got invoiced. Potentially look for longs after any of these liquidity sweeps. Did sweep this. The 1 hour is still holding. Okay, we want to go low. Now tapped into this low. Okay. 5-minute bullish for value gap. In theory, you could take long off this 5-minute version, but for backtesting, I want to show just the model, not other entries or other trades. Try to keep it simple. Price tapped into the 5-minute, 1-minute inversion given. Longs. Stops at the swing low. Target 101. Break even could be here or here. Personally, I like this break even more because it is the most recent internal high. But there's also a higher probability that you get stopped at break even. Okay, so now stop losses move to break even. But like I said, some people like to use the external high in this scenario. But I'm not the biggest fan of doing that. Yeah, so I'm stopped at break even. And as you can see, it would have been a losing trade if you went with this external high. For shits and giggles, we can see if there was SMT. Yeah, there was. So you wouldn't even enter that trade to begin with due to the SMT. But like I said, I'm not really focused on watching for SMTs or anything like that right now. I'm just showing off the model. Yep. Move on to the next day. Okay. Bigger time frame is bullish, but on the daily is bullish. The 1 and 4 hour, I'm not biggest fans of. Price did sweep out this low, which is the side of this 1 hour bullish for value gap. Not my favorite for what I'm seeing though. And first 5-minute got inversed. Not a good sign. We reswept this low. And we're gonna have a new bearish for value gap here. Dumping. Yeah, not my preferred day. Technically, this low is inside this bullish for value gap. Technically, inversed it though, so I'm not the biggest fan of it. Bad price action. We're gonna skip this day. Hold on, nothing that day. Coming into another day, which is nothing but consolidation, so that's fun. Could see if we can make something happen, but not likely. Not valid. Best case scenario is shorts if we could get this high taken. I got taken. Then it's short model. There is. Basement now. So there's probably a 30-second inversion if I had to imagine. Um, but I can't tell. For shits and giggles, we will take it. But like I said, I can't really tell. I mean, I guess there was this 1 minute, I guess, which we could wait for a inversion. But that's fine. Just backtest this, so it's not a big deal. Yep, that's fine. Super bad on fucking yeah. How about this for eye gap? See if we can salvage this day. Oh, now contract coach we got hit. Okay. Yeah. So I'm still interested in shorts because now we just hit contract encroachment. Yeah. Okay. So maybe wondering why I re-entered into the short, and why this short was the better play. That's because purely off the fact that price we traded back into contract encroachment, um, which is something I do look for on the live markets. Not too worried about it when backtesting because I'm just trying to get as many opportunities in it as possible. Um, but yeah, ideally price should be coming off contract encroachment of the 5 or 15 minute. There's always higher probability setups. Um, there's nothing wrong with this first short either, by the way. Um, right here, there's nothing wrong with it. Um, but yeah, ideally contract encroachment. That's why this trade played out so well. And then, does it want to go low? Oh yeah, yeah, I did finally tap it. So fine. Go on to the next day. Okay. Liquidity, probably that low. How is that lunch session? Okay, I skipped too far ahead. Unlucky. Okay, on liquidity. Price is coming off this 1 hour bearish value gap. Bearish value gap has been made. Tapped into it. Back to my favorite of trades. So I would like how price left this high. I don't like the momentum of this big 1 minute candle, bullish 1 minute candle. Do this SMT for fun. There wasn't. And there's a fat SMT. Okay. So pattern trader wise, you can take this, and for the sake of backtesting, I will. Live markets, this is a trade I'll probably end up skipping out on though. Too many things don't add up. Break even, internal low, right? Just been swept. So, oh well, and it played out. which will happen. Days like this will happen where I more than likely will pass on a trade. And they still play out. It's just I don't like how these highs were left when the model was presented. Um, Along with that, I didn't like how at the time there was this fat bullish SMT. Um, I honestly think it's kind of insane how price didn't take this high before going low. Um, but that happens. Early in the day, we could look for another potential setup. Price took that. We get model. Okay, so we'll be probably quite bullish, I'd imagine. Oh, yeah, I would want to see this low re-swept in order for me to take longs. 12 o'clock, reset those lows, so we get reaction. Did, but I got inverse, so we're now wrong. Look for longs on that one. New 5 minute. See if just for fun if there's a entry model here, but good. Yeah, kind of what I expected. It's lunchtime. Going to the next day. Mm, Well, price did enter this 12 for value gap and stop rated it. I'm not really a fan and counting any fair value gaps above this new day opening gap, to be honest. I know they're there, but the only potential bonus ones I would use would be these two. Technically, there was a model pre-market, which is right here, and it did play out. At least enough for take profit. Price entered in this 1 hour bearish for value gap. The model. Let's trade back higher. We can see if wants to have contract encroachment. Oh wait, it already did. Yeah, so it already did. Not ideal. Okay. Bearish for value gaps. Will we get a entry? Okay, like I said, so you can't take this erosion because there's two fair value gaps of lag. We need to see this bottom market inversed. That's precisely why we wait for all of them in the leg to get inverse, because stuff like that can happen. And price is continuing to be bullish at this point in time. Look for a sweep and then a new model if given. 5 minute is lunchtime, so not ideal, but for shits and giggles we could check and get inversed. Yeah, okay. That was a no trading. Crazy price action. Made all-time highs. I do. Yeah. We're just gonna skip past this because it is all-time highs. Prices, as we know, has had this 1 hour bearish for value gap. Okay, price was also inside of a bullish model, which the probably was an audio entry that was valid. Look that high. Very bad PA. Definitely not a fan. Yeah. Price swept this high. Oh, okay. Actually, price came up and swept this high, which is inside of a 1 hour bearish value gap. So a 5 minute bearish value gap now. Value gaps now. Potential retracement. Traced into it. See this thing make us inversed. Back inversed. 5 minute. Okay. Another no trade there. And prices bounced off this 1 hour for value gap. Has a stop rate in it. Our liquidity, in my opinion, is quite bullish. We have our first 5 minute fair value gap that was made. So ideally, we'd want to see a liquidity sweep. Right here is the liquidity sweep at 9:30. Might have been a 30-second model, but we can't really tell. So for backtesting reasons, if we ever says we'll take it, but yeah, it's fine. Now the price holds this 1 hour corner inside of. Nope. Okay. Okay, so price is probably gonna flip bullish now. Yeah, definitely flip bullish. If you're crazy with it, you could more than likely enter in right here and target for higher. But I'm just gonna follow the model for the time being. But we could leave this like so to see if it'll work for shits and giggles. Price entered back into the 5 minute, 1 minute. We do longs. Stop loss at the low. Targeted 101. Break even. Internal high. Technically, this is the internal high. Depending how much size you put on, depending how much you want to risk, you could put break even right here. But we'll backtest this, so we'll see if it'll play out. So right here you could go break even because technically it is the new internal high. We're gonna start to break even. Take profit hits. As we see, the other trade I listed out is also playing out. Would have been break even, by the way, because of this high. Obviously, if you enter in right here, internal highs, next internal highs right here. So would have been a break even trade actually. So not bad. Back to back dubs. And then we just range out. Yeah, bad PA. This just shows that even bad PA can still catch bangle trades. I don't think we've had any single good days with good PA so far with this back testing. But it just shows that you don't need good PA to catch dubs. 4 hours broken. That's fun. Yep. Okay, cool. So, well, time frame anymore. That's fun. Price trades back into this 1 hour. Play out. They would. Yep. Would have played out. Okay, 11 o'clock. Price entered in this 1 hour bears for value gap. Auto. Case. Terrible. 5 minute. Price also made a 15 minute, so could potentially see a retracement there. So shorts at this current spot be a little bit trickier. That's optimal, I would say. And what's the thing? I mean, it was 5 minute, yeah. So you taking the 5 minute short at this high. And you target a 1-on-1. Break even right here. Break even but hit, so stop loss would be at break even. Just technically would have been right here. So I should just get rid of this. Can't. Whatever. Okay, but break even no matter what. That's fine. See if price wants to retrace to the 15 minute before making the move low. Price is now the 15 minute. Also PM session, and we just completely emboss it. Tap into this new 15 minute, which I did not see. But there really is no good entries whatsoever. None of these entries are actually good. I don't know how I've been doing this for a little bit more. Okay, so this is a news day. I could tell just by the candle formations. Price is easily bullish. Is that data highs? Um, well, price is clearly bullish. And there was a trade pre-market, but way pre-market actually. We can see what happens. Price entering this hourly. Because it's so big, you draw a contra encroachment. Contra encroachment has been hit. Okay, price is gonna flip bullish right here, more than likely. Wait a 5 minute after tap a contra encroachment. Basement. Just a giggles. That right there. Let's just see if we'll get the model or the entry we want. Oh wait, we actually kind of had one right here. I missed. Yeah, did miss it. Taken a long off this inversion. Over to 1-to-1, which did play out actually, but we'll still take it for fun. But yeah, that trade would have won. Okay, well, of course. Well, that's fine. Back in this 5 minute. Might be 15 minute by now. Nope. Okay, have a price action. Take it along. Off of here. Off the 1 minute. Target, same thing. And your break even would have been here. But because this became a new internal high, this would act as a new break even. So break even, you could move break even here, or you could wait for this to get fully cleared. Definitely with break even now, you would stop that break even. Yeah. So bad play. As we see, multiple winning trades you could have taken at very least break even trades, but yeah, that happens. Um, Off his bearish for yeah. Get re-swap before looking for shorts. We flip bullish. No entries, back all time high. Tricky situation. Not a big fan of it because it is all time highs, but prices coming off bullish fair value gap and a bearish fair value gap. Usually this wouldn't be a big problem, but because it's all time highs, really not a fan of it. Let's see. Price came into this 15 minute. Which it actually is a 3 minute version that does follow the model to a T. Good liquidity. This is an A plus setup, minus the fact that price is coming off of bigger time frame bearish for value gap. Break even would have been at this internal high. Oh, we went stopped out. Okay. Shits and giggles. We'll see if was there a SMT. Yep, there was SMT. So would have been no trade because I don't enter in when this SMTs go against me. As you can see, there was a SMT like this. So yeah, that's fine. Yeah, flip down. Yeah, it is. Oh, I actually didn't. That's funny. There's no model there. I was just curious to see what was gonna happen. By the way. Like I said, all-time highs. Technically, this 5 minute is valid because we're all coming off of bigger time frame fair value gaps. If there's a model here. Not the best inversion I've seen. Yeah. You could argue that this was a inverse, but it wasn't clean enough for me to want to get in on that. First came into the first 5 minute fair value gap that was made. You could go 1-1. This being a 3 minute fair value gap was just made. So off rip, is that the greatest position you could be in? Ideally you'd want to wait to see this 3 minute inverse, but the 1 minute was offered before the 3 minutes. So for backtest reasons, I took it. As we can see, right here, break even did get hit. So it would have been a break even trade. So still a winning trade. And even if you didn't have your break even this high, if you had it at like right here, probably still would be fine. But nonetheless, winning trade slash break even trade, however you want to trade it. Okay, off rip, don't like the price action. So for longs, more than likely we need to see this logo taken out. Yeah, we need to see that logo taken out if we want to take any sort of longs. Definitely did get taken out. Any model given. Rip, I'm not seeing anything. This could be another no trade day. Oh, okay, so that looks like all we could do for backtesting today. Check the statistics. So we had 84% win rate, 2 losses out of 13 trades. The Mr. Award wise, even though it's 1-1, like you still do good. The We went 6 trades in a row without a single loss. So if traded right, you could do really good with this model. It's just as you saw that every day you will take a trade, and it's a little bit more passive. But for the most part, that was it. This is definitely more simplified. As I was not watching the ES, I wasn't relying too much on contra encroachment for my trades. Sure, I drew it out, but it wasn't I wasn't too anal about it as it would be on live markets. But overall, that's how the model is used, what it looks like. And yeah.